you very much. Good afternoon. It's a great honor and pleasure to be part of this prestigious academy. I am a particle physicist, and particle physics, if you want, is the most fundamental of all sciences, because it studies the elementary constituents of matter and of the universe, and the forces that act between these particles and these fundamental constituents at the most elementary level. So when people before were talking about, viruses or other things, for me, these are enormous things, very, very big, because I work really with very tiny elementary particles. And this study of the very, very small also allows us to understand the very, very big, so the structure and the evolution of the universe. I grew up in Italy, in Milano, where I received a PhD in experimental particle physics, and at some point decided to move to CERN. CERN is the European Laboratory for Particle Physics. And why CERN? Well, if you allow me, and with all due respect, for a particle physicist, working at CERN is like being close to paradise, because this is the place where you want to be, where you must be. And I remember visiting CERN when I was a young student, and visiting the experiment led by Carlo Rubbia. The name of the experiment is UA1, and Carlo is with us today. And I was flabbergasted, and I decided this was what I wanted to do. So I played a major role in the design, in the construction, in the operation of one of the big experiments that work at our accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider. The name of the experiment is Atlas, and the Large Hadron Collider is the most powerful accelerator ever built by humanity. And I also played quite an important role in the discovery of the Higgs boson in 2012. The Higgs boson is a tiny particle, very special, completely different from all the other elementary particles that we know. And he played a very special role in the evolution of the universe. We know that at some point of the history of the universe, and this time is 1 millionth of a second after the Big Bang, the universe underwent a phase transition. And it's thanks to the Higgs mechanism and to the Higgs boson that the other elementary particle acquired a mass, and therefore also that the atoms of what we are all made, and the matter that we know exist in the form that we know it. CERN is a special place, and let me tell you that the values and the mission of CERN are very close to the values of the Academy, and this is why, by reading your very nice draft statement on science and survival, really what is written there resonates with what we do. So what we do there is fundamental knowledge at the most fundamental level. As I said, we also develop technologies, advanced technologies, many fields that go from superconducting magnets to electronics, from big data to vacuum technology, cryogenics. And these technologies are made available to everybody for free. They are made available to society. For instance, you perhaps know that the World Wide Web, which was so fundamental during the pandemic, has been developed at CERN in 1989. And 4 years later, in 1993, Carlo Rubbia, who was Director General at that time, decided to make it available to everyone for free, very much abiding to what the convention, the funding from convention of CERN states. Another important component of our mission is education and training, so preparing the next generation of scientists, but also of citizens and people working in other fields in other walks of life. And one important point also is that CERN is a concrete example of collaboration across borders. We attract some 18,000 scientists from all over the world. More than 110 nationalities are represented. Some of the scientists come from countries in conflict. We have Iranian scientists, Palestinian scientists working together with scientists from Israel. Some of the scientists come from countries that are not on the front line of technology, countries like Madagascar, Oman, and Bangladesh, and many others. So one of our mission is capacity building. And so what we try to do at CERN is to help the world to work together, and also try to reduce inequalities through making technologies available to everyone. and here I come to another important point, open science. We promote open science, we promote publication on open access journal, we promote the development of open source software, of open hardware, and we believe that open education, open science and education for all is really one of the most powerful tools we have to reduce the inequalities that now characterize our world, and therefore help us to build a more sustainable society. Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to collaborate and to contribute to the work of the Academy.